A KSL Sports presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Sponsored by UCCU.
Welcome to Farmington High School for the 6A state playoffs in the UHSAA. We got a great one tonight here on Game Night Live. The 5 seed, the Farmington Phoenix, will host the 12 seed, the American Fork Cavemen, in the 6A state playoffs. Hello once again, Jeremiah Jensen, Stevenson, Sylvester. We can't wait to bring this one to you. Sly, we love the NCAA tournament because of the upsets. The 5-12 game. Guess what we have tonight? We got a 5-12 matchup, and I think this is going to be a great ball game. Who knows what's going to happen? American Fork's coming up here, hoping to pull off that upset against the co-Region 1 champs, the Farmington Phoenix. Let's start with Farmington, Sly. They were 1-5 at one point this season. We did a game earlier this year against Bountiful. They had like an 8-game losing streak going back to last year. It was rough around here, but Coach Dan Coates turned this thing around, and they go on and win 4 straight and win a co-region championship. What does that say about Farmington?
They dug in, right? Yeah. You didn't change much. You didn't get any transfers in. You just believed in the system and actually started playing. Now you get momentum. This is what playoffs are all about. You absolutely love it. It's anybody's game. The upsets happen. All these things happen, but it is your game to win, your game to lose. You just got to come with it and play. Give your heart every single time you're out on that football field. That's what I love about playoff football, giving these guys an opportunity to showcase what they got each and every week. This is going to be a great game.
On the other side, American Fork, Aaron Beam, his Cavemen,
yes,
go 4-6 this year. Now, on the surface, you're like 4-6. That doesn't sound good. But remember, American Fork plays in the tough Region 3. And this team's better than 4-6 in a 12 seed.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. You got Skyridge, Lone Peak, Lehigh. You got Pleasant Grove. You got one of the toughest regions where 3 of the 5 schools are all in the top 5. Like, it's absolutely crazy. But they are. So they are a good team. We covered them at the beginning of this year. We know that they have the capabilities of being a great team. Let's see if they're ready to do it here in the first round of the playoffs.
Playoff football for Farmington High School. Here we go. The Phoenix in turquoise. American Fork in white with red letters. The Cavemen will receive the opening kickoff, and here we go. From the 5-yard line. Tries to bounce outside, but cannot. Gets a little bit past the 20-yard line. Decent return by Cade Wilkinson. We'll talk a lot about Cade Wilkinson in this game coming up. So American Fork gets the ball first.
The stories about this kid, Cade Wilkinson. He's Mr. Do-It-All guy for you. You really give him the ball. 67 receptions on the season, 1,025 yards. He is your guy. He's averaging about 100 yards a game. You're going to see him a lot in this pass game. As JJ said, we'll definitely be calling his name a lot tonight.
They're going to start with a carry, go to the run game. Number 41, Prince Afu, with the carry to start things off. Afu with 320 yards rushing this season in 7 games. It's a junior. He's been getting more carries as the season goes on. Quarterback for American Fork is David Gaisford. Gaisford's passed for 2,100 yards this season. Another run to the outside this time. And again, it's Afu, who's seeing some early run. Prince Afu, the junior running back.
Good, effective running right here. He gets off tackle, season opening on the outside. He uses his speed. He definitely increased some speed on that outside right there to get the edge and pick up that first down. Great run there by Afu.
So a 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Cavemen. And the first pass of the game for the Cavemen. Going deep, taking a shot over the middle. Tipped away.
Great defense.
Great job. That's number 9. He's having a great season. Afu Fia. Sly, when we did that game earlier this season, when Farmington took on Bountiful. Fia made some big plays in that game.
Yeah, he's been a big part of this turnover here in the second part of the season. Like you said, they started 1-5 and finished strong, and that momentum right there carries on into the playoffs. These guys are playing with high intensity, high confidence, especially on the defense. That was a great break on the ball right there by Fia.
Gaisler goes short this time. Catch is made. Defense is there to wrap him up quickly. Number 82 with the catch. And we saw him earlier in the year. Cash Taisi. Just a freshman.
Yeah, he was a freshman that took off. He had a touchdown in that first game of the season against Corner Canyon. He's had a terrific year as well. 268 yards, 4 touchdowns this year. Chase Taisi is a talent. Just a freshman, as you said. But for Farmington, on the defensive side of the ball, it's what you want to do. Tackle the catch. They'll catch it right in front of you, but you want to stop them right there in their tracks and make sure they don't get any yak yards.
Gaisford gets rid of it. Catch is made at the 50. And he's out of bounds at midfield. That'll move the sticks. Taisi with the catch.
As you can tell, this is a true freshman. He's getting some action this year. We've seen him. He's definitely going to be a force here in the next 3 years here in the state of Utah. Taisi is a talent, especially in Region 3 on this American Fork team.
1st and 10 from midfield. Gaisler's been sharp so far. Just had that one batted down in the secondary by Fia. That one's a little high. I jinxed him.
Well, good.
That's my fault. That's on me.
Good it wasn't, low. That might have went for a pick 6 right there. Good break by the defense. They're doing a good job of digging their feet in. They have their heels at 6, and they got Taisi running a lot of short stop routes right there, and they're jumping on it. It's a great job by this defense. You just got to make sure you don't get caught with a combo route where he's hooking up and then going deep. He's getting you to bite the cheese on the short route, and then he's going to turn up the field and go deep on you. So you got to stay on your keys.
Farmington shows blitz. Here they come. Gaisford gets rid of it, knocked down at the line of scrimmage in the air. That was available to a defender, but nobody could get their eyes on.
That was a big play right there. That was really nice. Great job by the defensive line, getting your hands in that passing lane, knocking things down. That's what you want to do. You know, make a coverage on the back end easy by handling it all up front.
So 3rd and 10. With 9:50 left to go in the first quarter. Gaisford looking downfield. Steps up in the pocket over the middle. Incomplete.
Great defense. Fia on the coverage again. Tight. There was absolutely nothing there on the coverage.
So Farmington gets the job done. They're going to force a punt. So American Fork's first drive stalls at midfield. We'll get to see the Farmington offense here shortly, as long as they handle this cleanly. Ooh. Close there on the punt. It's a return. Nice move initially made, but quickly taken down.
Great tackle.
Number 5 with the tackle. It's Noah Beam.
Great special teams open field tackle right there. You shut off some of the field. Make sure he has a one-way go. Pay attention to the hips. You want to pay attention to the hips. Everybody always has their eyes up around their shoulders. That's when you get juked out. Pay attention to their core. You'll never get juked out. It's a great open field tackle right there.
So here comes the Farmington offense, and starting at quarterback is Joshua Webb, senior. They're going to run, and you're going to see a lot of run from Farmington in this game.
Drew Love takes it up for a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and 9.
That was Drew Love on the carry, the junior running back. Travis Hoops can go over 1,000 yards. He's been their workhorse back this season. longtime starter for the Phoenix. Quick pass in the flat. Still going. Great effort there on the catch and run by Gavin Burton.
Pass complete to Gavin Burton for a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd down.
It's a great job. Nice quick pass. You can actually utilize that as a running play, how quick that was. Action in the backfield. He caught it behind the line of scrimmage and just get as much yards as you can right upfield. Great job of making the first guy miss, making it 3rd and manageable.
In the pocket now, he's flushed out, rolling right. He's going to keep it and turn it up. He's not going to get there.
Great coverage
Short
on
of
the
the sticks.
back end. Way to plaster by the defense. Quarterback gets out of the pocket, locked down on those receivers on the outside, and then have that D-line bring that pressure, getting them out of bounds. Great job forcing that 4th down.
So Webb short of the marker. So Farmington will punt. So far, the defenses have been strong here in the first quarter. With 8:16 left in the first quarter. American Fork will get the ball back. Clean punt, nice and high, deep. Fair catch, signaled for and made. Cade Wilkinson with the fair catch. And the Cavemen will have good field position. Cavemen, as usual, a lot of good size up front.
Yeah, that was interesting on that last drive. I don't think there was a target to Cade Wilkinson on that drive. See if that changes here.
Gaisford over the middle. There you go. Like clockwork, Sly. You called for it. Wilkinson with the catch. He's their leading receiver this season, and it's not even close.
I've been working on my fortune-telling skills.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Should have talked to you in the offseason when I was doing my college football predictions.
No, don't do that. I told you about Jaden Daniels making a
You did. You nailed that. You nailed the Commanders.
Yeah.
I'll give you credit publicly for that. I was a doubter. I was wrong. Nice run. Not necessarily in yards, but in effort. Fighting forward.
Wasn't terrible. He got positive yards on that. I believe he got 2 or 3 yards on that, which is on that play. It looked like there was absolutely nothing. Possibly could have had a TFL right there, but fought forward and got 2 yards out of that. So now it's 2nd down and 8 instead of 2nd down and 10. Still moving forward. That's what you want to do each play. And as I said, they're not flipping the field. They're pinning Farmington deep when they do have to go. So this is good strategy on football.
They'll give Afu 3 yards on the carry. Gaisford's going to pull it this time and throw. Now he's going to just throw it away. Oh, it's caught by Wilkinson. He throws it out in the flat, and Wilkinson comes up and makes the play.
Still got 3 yards.
I
thought that was
effective.
Yeah, the way that hung up in the air, I'm like, oh, he's coming back way too much for that. But he got 3 yards. Now it's 3rd down and 5.
It's 3rd down.
So not terrible. Okay, so 3rd down and 5. You can still do a lot of things here. This is intermediate right here. You can do nice short passes here. You can do slants. You can do double out routes, which is the traditional 3rd down and 5. You run from that trip set right there. You run double out routes and you pick on which defender you want to go
Blitz
to.
comes, receiver screen. Farmington was all over it.
Yeah.
No gain. Wilkinson with the catch. But they stop him right at the 43, and once again, it looks like we're going to see a punt.
Great job by that defensive front. Way to turn around and get back to the football right there. That's exactly what you want to do. That is not easy to do. And he was able to redirect and get Cade Wilkinson before he was able to take off.
Nice deep punt.
Let it go.
Lets it bounce. They didn't even have to do that. That was into the end zone.
Don't try to catch that. That's a
for
bad
the
position.
touchback. They'll come out to the 20, so ends up being a net of 23 yards. You were almost in that territory where you think about going for it, but I think right now, the way this game is going, you want to play the field position game this early.
You definitely do, and that's just smart. If you can do that, you can keep things simple. Either team hasn't really let anything go on their playbook side. This is still fresh, 0-0. Nobody has an advantage yet, so you got to play the field position game.
Webb takes a snap, handoff.
Oops.
Run up to the 25-yard line.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Oh, no, that's not oops.
That was Drew Love.
Brought down by Mitch Palmer.
Love with another carry. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Two receivers to the right. They're going to go run. Beats the blitz. Fighting for yards out to the 27, 28-yard line. That's our first chance to see Travis Hoops carry the football tonight. Hoops has 945 yards rushing this season. He's found the end zone 9 times. This American Fork defense will try to make it tough on him, but he could go over 1,000 tonight in a home playoff game, which would be a special moment for him. Obviously, probably more focused on getting this team a win and on to the next round.
But you could do both. You could do both.
No problem. Love again. As I mentioned it in the top, they're going to run the ball a lot. This team has really gone all in on the run, especially with Hoops. But it's what's worked. They've won 4 straight games. They beat Fremont to clinch a co-region championship at the end of the regular season. So the formula that Farmington's using today has worked for them in the second half of the season and allowed them to win 5 of their last 6 games. And that's going to help them. Offsides on American Fork.
Dead ball, encroachment on American Fork. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's what you want to do. You want to play this field position game. If they want to give you free yards, give free yards. Now it's first down and 5. Open the playbook. You've been run. You do run. You can open up a deep pass anytime you want. Great job right here.
Hoops to the 40.
Picks up the first down again.
That'll move the chains.
Yeah. That's what you want to do. Slow and in control. You play great defense and you run the football. That is a formula for success, and Farmington does it really well, especially in these last 6 games of the season.
Farmington's going to want to chew up a lot of clock, win the time of possession battle, win the turnover battle, and grind this one out. AF would like to see a little higher pace. We'll see which one wins out. Nice run by Hoops all the way to midfield. Another run for a first down. Hoops off to a great start. He was silent on the first drive, but not this one.
Well, I mean, he saw that for American Fork, too. You know, the playmaker for American Fork is Cade Wilkinson. He didn't really get a target. Didn't get anything. Same thing with Hoops on their first drive. Now they're starting to implement those 2 guys into the offense, and you're seeing them take off. This is talent right here. Great vision, great acceleration at the point of attack. If you can accelerate in those small spaces, you got some skill, man. And Hoops is definitely one of those guys that can accelerate in small spaces.
Quick toss to the outside.
Get upfield.
Fighting for yards is number 7.
Pass complete to Gavin Burton for a gain of 2.
For Gavin Burton from number 7. Webb to Burton.
Tackled 8 by Jacob Pullins.
So when they are throwing slide, they're doing a lot of short passes to the running backs.
Until the defense wants to blitz those plays, which is very hard. You don't ever want to do that because you mess up the integrity of the defense when you do that. But those are high percentage throws. He catches that ball and goes straight downhill and picks up yards. He got 3 yards on that, 3-4 yards each time you do that. That's a first down each time.
2nd and 8 from the American Fork 47-yard line. Webb's going to roll right now and run for it. And he's at the sticks again.
Great job. Great decision.
Farmington, this is working.
Great decision. You run, and do a pass. If the pass isn't there, take it down and run. This is great coaching by Coach Coates right here. Look at this. What you're looking, first read, second read, it's not there. All right, come down to the check down. Nope, I got room to run with my legs. Pick up that first down, move those chains. We're going in the right direction either way.
Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Farmington now at the American Fork 35-yard line. It's another handoff. And another good run. Still fighting for yards all the way past the marker. Still running. Great effort once again. Hoops with a nice run all the way inside the 20. The Phoenix are in the red zone.
This is just tough running right here. Can't coach Hart. Look at this. Boom. Well, I won't be denied. Keep those legs going. Look at the legs. Oh, face mask too. Look at the legs. The legs never stop churning on contact, and he was able to spin out of those and get those extra yards. Now it's first down and 10 from the 20. You started from your own 20. Now you're on your opponent's 20. Got a chance to punch this into the end zone.
Burton in motion. They're going to run it. Did the ball come loose? I think. No.
It sounded like they screamed it.
I heard something and I saw another lineman there, but Hopes is brought down for a short gain, maybe a yard. So a good job by that Caveman defense.
Indeed. Got half a yard on that. Way to come up, but now you're going to get that defense. Oh, penalty.
On Farmington. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Illegal formation. Not enough guys on the line of scrimmage.
They bring in a new group of personnel. They brought in 4 or 5 players in on that. Webb. Inside, back in the 20. Incomplete. Did not catch it.
Those were all stop routes. Everybody run 5 yards, turn around and look for the ball. Quarterback's got to make a decision on which one I'm going first. I think Webb was just a hair late on who he wanted to decide to go to. Everybody ran the same route. He just was a hair late on which one he wanted to go to, and was incomplete. Needs to be a little outside, but now you got it second down and really long.
2nd and 15, empty backfield. He's going to have to pass. Takes a shot over the middle, into the end zone. He's open. Incomplete. Great job. The American Fork defense does a great job there. Number 5 in coverage. That's Noah Beam. Noah Beam gets a pass breakup. He was open for a moment, and Beam closed it quick.
Great job by the coach's kid right there. Good technique, but that ball it hung up in the air. It was short. Throw that to the pylon. That receiver's got to run through the ball, not come back for that. But great defense. That's what you can do. Put your hand in the breadbasket, rip that ball out, save a touchdown.
So 3rd and 15, 3rd and long here. It's not Farmington's specialty, being so run heavy. Webb dancing. He's got time.
Uncovered.
Now he's going to pull it down and toss it into the flat.
Oh, get back to the original.
And he's
line
taken
of
down
scrimmage.
quickly. Tackle made by number 6, Justin Burgess.
Going to settle for a field goal here. You're going to get some points. It was a good drive. You got a lot of time off the ball. Look, the first quarter's already almost over. It's been 2 possessions each. That was a long last drive right there for Farmington. Great job by them. They're going to let it go to the quarter.
That is the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break. No score here in this 6A state playoff game between Farmington and American Fork.
UCCU, we've learned that people prefer more. And not just more, but a lot more. That's why UCCU created elevated checking. Elevated provides everything you'd expect from the best checking account anywhere and more. A lot more. Like loan discounts, overdraft forgiveness, and free ATMs nationwide. Just visit uccu.com.
And elevate your checking.
Winner is Bella Zito. Bella is an outstanding student who has dedicated her high school career to promoting inclusion and service.
We're back in Farmington. And we got a field goal attempt. The Phoenix will try to put some points on the board here.
Oh,
37 yards out of
oh! Oh,
the Cavemen have a chance. They're going to take it all the way. 80 yards. The Cavemen are on the board first with special teams. Gunnar Michaelis.
Great job. I got to see who got their hand on that block right there. Great penetration right there. Farmington was off in their block mechanics. Great job of surging the right side of that offensive line, crushing that down. There's at least 3 people in the backfield able to block that, but somebody blocked it. Great bounce. Michaelis takes it 80 yards for a touchdown. Block field goal touchdown. Your points got to come from somewhere. Offense, defense, special teams, wherever it comes from, as long as you got more than your opponent, is what you want. Great job by American Fork.
Wow, this game turned on a dime.
Right?
Farmington was in total control, setting up for a field goal with one of the best kickers in the state, and right up the middle.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, he just takes off right there. Great job at blocking the field. Yeah, they have an extremely long drive, and you get negative out of it.
I apologize. I cannot tell
which guy did that.
Who got it first?
I didn't know if it was the edge or up the middle. There was a ton of guys in that backfield right there.
There was 2 guys that I think had a really good chance at it, so I don't want to see. It was the guy off the edge, and I just can't. You can tell on the monitor. I just can't tell which guy it was. So shout out. You know who you are. That was an outstanding play that changed the complete complexion of this state playoff game.
I think that was Caleb Huff right there. Got penetration in between that C and D gap and was able to block that kick. Great job. I mean, as I said, you don't care where your points come from. You just got to make them happen. It's great penetration right there, blocking that kick. They take it all the way to the house. Now the defense guys go back out there. You know, it was a very long drive on the last one. Let's see if they got the energy to slow Farmington down. But Farmington, they've got a formula. They're running the football. They're doing really good things, quick throws. Webb's taking care of the football, using his legs when he needs to. That's what works. I'd continue on that path right there if I was Coach Coates.
Yeah, if you're Farmington, you just got to chalk that up to, one, a missed assignment, honestly. And number 2 is American Fork made a play.
Yeah.
What Farmington's been doing offensively is working. No reason why they should go away from that, even down 7-0. Now, the problem gets to be with this run game, if this gets to be more than 7-0, then it could force them to do things that they don't want to do here with their game plan. But they're not there yet. 11:47 left to play in the half. Farmington now with the ball back. Going to go back to the run. Tries to change direction, and that did not work.
Picked up a yard and a clothesline right there. Great tackle. Got the dangerous hooks to the ground. Exactly what you want to do.
Great job by the American Fork defense. Great pursuit. Cut off where he wanted to go, and then he tried to come back the other way, and they were ready. Webb takes the snap. He's going to throw it. Now he's going to run it.
Taking care of the football.
He's past the 30-yard line.
Gets a first down.
That moves the chains.
Yeah. As I said, he's making great decisions. If the pass isn't there, he's not forcing it. Look right here. Oh, RPO. Oh. Doing a great job taking care of the football, using your legs, picking up a first down, continuing to move down the football field. That is what is important. You're going to get American Fork is going to be extremely aggressive on one of these, and that's where you hit them deep. I think that's what Coach Coates is looking for. When are they going to give me an opportunity to go deep?
They run again. Hoops again. Fighting, trying to get to the 35. He's just short.
About 3 yards right there.
Takes it down to the 34-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. Brought down by Luke Broadbent. Second down and 7.
Nice counter play. All this stuff works when you got a dynamic running back. You got somebody who can accelerate in quick spaces like he can. You can run plays like the counter. Sometimes when you have a running back who can't accelerate, those things are even more of a loss. But he ended up picking 3 yards up off of that, which is not terrible. Continue to move the chains forward. Flat
Webb's
route.
going to throw.
He lost yards. Oof.
Fighting to stay afloat, and he does.
Wow.
Does a great job
He picks
patiently
up the
waiting.
First down. Oh, my God.
What a job by Hoops.
He should have been dead to rights there behind the line of scrimmage. But extremely athletic, as we've been saying. Getting off blocks, or getting off tackles, picking up that first down right there. Let's see what this flag is, if it brings Farmington back or not. Pass was quick. There shouldn't be any holding there, but we'll see.
There's no penalty on the play. First down.
Yeah. I think he was thinking that it was maybe lineman downfield,
Yeah.
but that.
It was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was behind the line of scrimmage.
Play does result in an out-box first down.
1st and 10 for Farmington. They have dominated time of possession and total yards in this game, yet they are down 7-0 because of the blocked field goal that was returned for a touchdown. Farmington will try to even it here on this drive. Nice run, breaking free, past the 40-yard line down to the 35. It was Love that time. Drew Love with a big run. That goes for 25 yards.
Great movement in space right there on the ball. That's it.
Now a direct snap. Not going anywhere. Back to the line of scrimmage, basically, and we got a flag on the play. So a penalty killed Farmington's last drive. Put them in a 3rd and long situation and eventually a field goal attempt.
Block. Offense, number 79. 15-yard penalty. Remains first down.
So another devastating penalty for Farmington. And when you're going to run the ball outside, it makes it tough when you get into these situations.
It does. It does. You don't want to set yourself back purposely on that right there. And it's hard on some of those plays. I don't know who the exact chop block was against. It said 79, but normally it's a running back or somebody else in there to make that happen. You definitely don't want to set yourself back 10 yards, 15 yards on first down.
He's going to roll out and pass.
Get rid of it.
Now he's just going to throw it short, throw it into the turf. Probably the best move there.
Yeah. Didn't lose yards, didn't get your guy killed.
Yeah. Nothing good was going to come from him throwing the football at the receiver on that play.
Plus, if you want to play a field position game, this is still a great area to punt.
Mm-hmm.
You can punt here, get a nice bounce, pin him inside the 10. That's what you want to do. Let's see here.
8:37 left in the half. 2nd and 25 from the 48. Webb looking deep. Pocket collapses. He gets rid of it. It's caught at the 40. So that makes a 3rd and manageable here. As manageable as it could be in the circumstances. It's going to be 3rd and 11.
Great job right here. Love, as I said, Webb is doing an incredible job of taking care of the football right here. He brings the ball down. As he's bringing the ball down, the defense comes off of their coverage. Nielsen does a great job of sitting in the middle, just waiting for Webb to give him the ball. He does that and picks up that huge gain, making it 3rd and short.
Catch made by Tanner Nielsen. 3rd down and 12 officially from the 39. Webb over the middle. Goes up and gets it. Right at the sticks.
Afu
Fia.
who made that great play on the cornerback position.
It's a 1st down for Farmington.
Wow.
Fia picks it up. He's been their big-time playmaker this season, and he comes up with a big one there. 3rd and 12, and they pick it up.
That was huge. I actually thought that pass was high, but Fia went up and got it. Great job coming down, running a great route to pick up the 1st down, get a little bit extra on top. This offense is moving. They're getting some traction. They have a good game plan, but hats off to Webb right now for taking care of the football.
Go back to the run on 1st down. Not much there. Love on the carry.
The ball carrier, gain of 1 on the play. Brought down by Justin Bourgeois.
Let's see here.
He's 2nd down and 9 from the 26. We're under 7 minutes left in the half. Webb over the middle. Catch is made in the zone. Down near the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 11. Officially the 12-yard line.
Fia again.
Fia's hot. And Farmington has a 1st down in the red zone.
Ride that wave. He's doing a tremendous job. Give him the football. Again, controlling the clock, staying in bounds. Eating the clock. This first half will be over here in no time. But great job by Fia right there, sitting in that zone, taking advantage. But as soon as he catches it, he turns right upfield. Somebody lost their helmet.
Another short run. Yeah, it's crazy, Sly. We're 6:03 left in the half, and American Forks had 2 offensive possessions.
But they got 7 points. Wasn't from them, though.
And that clock is melting. Under 6 minutes to play in the half. Webb's going to... Oh, that's a direct snap, not Webb. Hoops is in there.
Wow.
Hoops, look at the power he runs with. The legs, so hard to bring down. You can see why he's a 1,000-yard rusher this year.
Yeah, man. You're teaching young kids how to run with the football. Look, contact is made behind the line of scrimmage. Watch his legs, though. Boom, 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 boom. Picks up 5-6 yards after contact by dragging defenders. And it's not like he weighs more. He's probably not that much stronger than everybody. But if you can't sit there and good technique, he takes advantage of that by always moving forward. He's like a rhino, always moving forward. Great job by Hoops right there, taking a direct snap and picking up some good yardage.
We got a timeout. We'll take one as well. 7-0 American Fork, but Farmington is knocking on the door with 5:18 left in the half.
Moving mountains takes more than muscle. It takes commitment through the comfortable, the uncomfortable, the starts, the stops, the sunny days, the stormy days. Here at Salt Lake Running Company, rain or shine, we've got you. We are here to help you keep moving forward. Locally owned, locally operated since 1995. SLRC offers free custom shoe fittings, rewards, training groups, races, free events, seminars, and clinics. Visit us in store or online today at slrc.com.
Life is hard. Exercise is medicine. The more you move, the more you smile. At Salt Lake Running Company, we know you've got this. Locally owned, locally operated since 1995, SLRC offers free custom shoe fittings, rewards, training groups, races, free events, seminars, and clinics. Visit us in store or online at slrc.com.
Welcome back to Farmington High School. Here we go, 3rd and 2 from the 4. He keeps.
Great job.
And American Fork does a great job.
Picks up the 1st down.
But it does move the chains. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Hoops picks up the 1st.
That's just great. Great play calling right there. You just give it to your tough runner. Look, you take it from the snap, and you get into the end zone right there. You're just doing direct snap. This is guaranteed football right here is what Farmington is saying. Give it to my guy. Give it to my senior. And have him take us home here.
They're going full Wildcat here in the red zone. Here Webb is back now. So Webb's going to take the snap, hand off to Hoops. Hoops cuts it inside, trying to fight, but he's short.
Gets all the way down to the 1. Great job, great surge. Yeah, on this next play, I just do hurry up. Just do Wildcat right off a hurry up. But Hoops, he's doing a great job. He understands creases and angles, and he gets in there. That was tough. You got to give American Fork's front line right here is doing a great job at the point of attack. But Hoops is just doing a great job at finding those creases.
Hoops
touchdown
to the end zone, touchdown Farmington. The Phoenix are on the board. And they're an extra point away from tying this up.
Yeah, that is a talent to be able to do that. That Hoops can find those creases even when there's nothing there. As you said, he's close to 1,000-yard rusher on the season. This guy does it all, offense and defense.
The extra point is good. We got a tie ball game with 4:36 left to play here in the first half of this 6A state playoff game. American Fork and Farmington tied up at 7. Farmington, Sly, obviously is dictating the tempo, dominating time of possession. Every possession is going to take on a lot more meaning because there's not going to be very many tonight if this is how it's going to go.
No, not at all. The way that they're dominating the football, yes, American Fork, you got 7 points, but you haven't had much else. They've been grinding you out on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, you haven't really gotten a spark there. They've been able to stop you each time you've gotten to midfield on your 2 possessions in this first half. Farmington is confidently in control in this football game, even up 7, or tie game 7-7. Great kick.
No chance of returning that.
American Fork takes over first and 10.
Great job right there, finding the end zone. Great surge on the left side of that line, though. The left side of the offensive line is all in the end zone, reestablishing the line of scrimmage. Look at him crush that down. Great job right there. And then, of course, Hoops has the vision. Finds that crease and gets in the end zone.
So the Cavemen get the ball back from their own 20. They're going to go run right up the middle. Prince Afu gets another carry. Pickup of 8 on first down. Great job by that front for American Fork to provide the hole. He ran right through it for 8 yards. Clock running. We're coming up on 4 minutes left to play in this first half. It has flown by. Gaisford's going to throw, and he's trouble. He's flushed out of the pocket.
Great
Rolling
job
to the right.
escaping. Great job by Gaisford escaping. Farmington came with the blitz right up the middle. Gaisford escapes.
That was not Gaisford. That was Capano Manuela. We got a new quarterback in the game, at least on that play.
Pushed out of bounds by Gavin Burton.
Yeah, Manuela's out there.
Guess they move a little differently.
Yes, they do. That's why I was like, wait a minute, that's a different look. So he has played a bit this year, and they've got him in now. So they're We're going to see both quarterbacks tonight. Another run out to the 40 this time with Afu.
Afu takes it out to the 40-yard line. Brought down by Cash Taylor.
Yeah, Manuela's passed for 504 yards this year as the number 2 QB.
Yeah,
so he's got plenty of reps. Farmington with the mistake. They'll pay for that for 5 yards.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
Manuela has 3 touchdown passes, 1 interception on the season. So let's see what number 18 can do here at quarterback for American Fork. Going to hand it off. Another run up the middle. Should be enough for a first down. It is.
Fall forward. Got that first down.
So American Fork's giving Farmington a little bit of their own medicine here.
Controlling the clock. But here's the thing. It's not an open-ended clock here. You got only 2 minutes and 40 seconds to score. If Farmington can slow you up or stop you at any point in there, it doesn't work. It's not like you have all quarter like Farmington has had to work with. Farmington has had open clocks where there's like, okay, we're going to drain this out. We're not rushed at all. There's going to be a point here in this drive where American Fork's going to have to feel rushed.
Manuela tipped in the line of scrimmage, almost intercepted. What a play by number 21, Jet Salmon. He tipped it, and he almost picked it off. Manuela knocks it away before Salmon could complete what would have been an exceptional defensive play. Heads up play by Manuela to break it up. Second down and 10 from the 46. Manuela. He goes down. That'll count as a sack.
Great job.
Manuela sacked by Troy Stevens.
Troy Stevens, the junior, gets the sack. It's going to be third down and 12 now from the 44. Looks like we have a timeout.
Folks, we'd like to continue to recognize Bella Zito.
AF takes a timeout, so will we. We will come back here very shortly with the last 2 minutes of the first half.
High school career to promoting inclusion, service, and the arts. As the president of the Multicultural Advisory Committee, she's led efforts to foster inclusivity and understanding among her peers, making a lasting impact on the school community. Her commitment to service shines through, and her involvement in numerous outreach activities where she consistently demonstrates
He learns that people prefer more, and not just more, but a lot more. That's why UCCU created Elevated Checking. Elevated provides everything you'd expect from the best checking account anywhere and more. A lot more. Like loan discounts, overdraft forgiveness, and free ATMs nationwide. Just visit uccu.com
and elevate your checking.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with it.
Third and 12 from the 44. 2:08 left to play in the half. Manuela, plenty of time. Now rolls to his left and throws. Goes to Wilkinson. He can't make the catch.
Oh, he had the guy he wanted. It was slightly off. If Wilkinson was able to peel that in with one hand, that would have been awesome. He extended the pocket to exactly how you wanted, kept his eyes downfield, led his receiver just a little bit too far there, but now they're able to punt here. Hopefully pin Farmington back deep on their own end. See if Fia can get a good return here.
You'll let it bounce, and it takes an American fork bounce. Rolls all the way to the 10-yard line. Let's see what the Phoenix can do with a minute 49. They got an excellent field goal kicker. Jackson Baden made a 50-yarder when we were here earlier this season. I should say at Bountiful. We were at the Farmington Bountiful game in week 2. And Farmington has reinvented themselves this season, Slide. This doesn't look anything like the team we saw in week 2.
Not at all. And that's great. You know, it's a long season. There's a lot of ups and downs, things that can change within a football team. And these guys are doing it. As I said, a couple years ago, we saw these guys at the state semifinals.
Webb on the slant. Catch is made. He breaks the tackle.
Gotta go.
Nice effort. Kava, Fia on that catch. Sophomore receiver and safety. But the clock runs. We're down to 90 seconds left in the half. We'll keep it here for this timeout. I believe Coach Coates called that timeout. Both teams with 2.
Yeah, he's got to be in the know right now that I got to get these plays in. It is hurry up offense time. There's not time to reset. Honestly, this is your quick calls, your 2-minute offense where you can get the play in with one signal. You don't have to do all kinds of basement steal home signals. You just got one play, like run play number 4, play number 5. Everybody knows what that is. Get downfield, make that happen, and try to get out of bounds after the catch. Save us some clock, save us some timeouts. We only have 1 timeout left in this half. But yes, this is exactly what you want to do. You want to be efficient, be quick, try to get 3 points out of here as much as you can.
Let's hit the 6A scoreboard right now. Corner Canyon defeated Westlake 56-0. Fremont here in Region 1 defeats Syracuse 28-20. Right now, Davis leads Mountain Ridge 21-3 at the half. Lehigh defeated Layton 37-0. Back to the action here. 1:22 left to play and counting. Webb's going to roll to his right and throw. Throw short. And they get some good yards there, but time is the greater concern. Hoops with the catch and run. Moves the chains. And the clock is already running. Webb over the middle. Catch is made in the zone. Past the 40.
Got to get on it. 50 seconds.
Under a minute to play. The clock stops very temporarily while they move the chains. Now it's back on. Farmington's going to clock it.
I wouldn't have clocked it there. He's still got 50 seconds left. Now you got a legal formation. Ugh.
That's right.
They rushed that for no reason. Yeah, the 2 receivers at the top of the screen was not on the ball. Referee was looking at it the entire time.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down. They're going to want to start that, I'm sure.
Be first and 15 from the 37. Clock running. Webb steps up in the pocket. The pocket collapses. He's going down. The sack is made.
Sack made by Dylan Alfu. Timeout, Farmington.
Sack goes to number 61, Dallin Afu. Also in there was number 88, Mitt Palmer. Do we give him a share of it? Are they willing to share it?
No.
Both helped clean it up. Afu was there first.
I don't share my pancakes. I don't share my tackles.
All the sacks and pancakes belong to us.
Right.
35 seconds left here in the half. It'll be 2nd and 20. Farmington gets the ball first to start the second half. Would you consider just taking a knee here?
Absolutely not. No, you're not dominating this football game. You're also not way behind. You need to figure out what you got to do here. I continue running the football. I mean, I would definitely not take a knee. I know what you're trying to say, concede, don't fumble, but you got to get these guys momentum. Oh, great tack.
Webb's going down again for the second straight play.
And then
guess who it is?
Same guy.
Same guy. Same result. Afu with the sack. Now they're going to give Palmer the credit, number 88. So Palmer and Afu are fighting over sacks right now.
Yeah, they were both in there on that.
So we'll give number 88, Mitt Palmer, credit on that one. So a timeout taken now, 28 seconds left. Farmington's going to be at their own 29-yard line. More scores in 6A. Skyridge leads Riverton right now, 14-10, with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. The Silver Wolves giving the Falcons a fight tonight down in Lehigh. Lone Peak with the early 7-0 lead over Harriman. Weber and Bingham starts in 6 minutes. Other scores of interest around the state. Bountiful leads Alta right now 28-14 at halftime. Olympus all over Woods Cross 49-7 as they approach the end of the third quarter. Viewmont leads East 10-7 after 3 quarters. Maple Mountain 17, Northridge 14 at the half. They're going to run it. And they get out to the 35, and the clock will run.
Drew Love takes it out to the 36-yard.
And we got a timeout. American Fork's going to take the timeout. They had 2 left. That'll be the second they've used this first half. They're going to get the ball back, and they'll give this a shot.
Yeah. This is playoff football. You got to take advantage of your opportunities, but you also, this is a chess match, right? So you want to make sure that you're not putting yourself in position to give the other team any opportunity, which means momentum. Don't give the other team momentum either. So what you want to do, punt this football. Punt it deep. Make sure you guys get out and go cover it. Make this a weapon for you. Get this end over end. Punt this extremely deep. Make sure there's no opportunity for them to come out of it to where they take a knee and go straight to halftime.
They get the punt away.
Great punt. Great roll.
Wilkinson lets it bounce, and it's going to roll down at the 30-yard line.
That's a good punt right there.
13 seconds left in the half.
Biden's punt is down at the 30-yard line. American Fork takes over 1st and 10.
So a couple plays for the Cavemen here before we head to the half. What can they do with 13 seconds?
Coming out and empty, which I don't know why. Hopefully it's QB run game here. But I would do nothing but run the football. You are tied up 7-7. Take that and go.
And we got a penalty call here.
Looks like that was going to be QB draw. Picking up the flag. All right. Refs never do
So
that.
they'll reset the clock at 13.
These aren't Chiefs refs, I tell you that much.
Oh, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 30. Manuela throws a high And now we got a flag.
Yeah, guys downfield. Like, is that an RPO? It's not even RPO. Like, why are guys downfield? It's an empty backfield. Is this supposed to be a draw play or what? They were downfield like it was supposed to be a draw play. Yeah, it makes no sense to me. The umpire is right there in front of him. Ain't no way the offensive lineman should be right next to me as an umpire. Push him back, Coach.
Illegal man downfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
This last minute has been as long as the previous
whole quarter.
23.
For sure.
This could be the last play of the half.
Just run the football, please. QB draw, run the football.
That's the play they called initially, and that is the end of the first half. An interesting half. Farmington dominated time of possession. They dominate total yards, but we got a tie game thanks to a blocked kick and a return for a touchdown. 80 yards for that score. 7-7. Farmington and American Fork all tied up in this 5 versus 12 playoff game. What are your thoughts on the first half, Sly? That was a strange, interesting, methodical first half.
It was weird. It's like, well, I think both of these coaches have much respect for one another, first off, because those first couple drives, there was this huge feeling out process. You know, neither of your star players on either team was getting any targets or any carries on those first drive for both teams. They started implementing them on the drive after. So it's a very strategic approach is what I feel from both teams here in this football half. I see dominance from Farmington, running the ball extremely effectively, taking control in that manner. And so if you can do that, you can dominate time possession, you can run the ball effectively. That's going to help you at the end of a football game. But this is 7-7, very even football teams. If they're going to make something happen here, there's going to be some offensive fireworks that needs to happen. So who's going to take the risk? Who's going to develop and drop the right play call at the right time and take the lead here in this football game?
Before we take a halftime break, we need to give away a giant check and a big scholarship, and we're thrilled to do so. Tonight's UCCU scholarship winner is Bella Zito from Farmington High School. Bella is an outstanding student who has dedicated her high school career to promoting inclusion, service, and the arts. As the president of the Multicultural Advisory Committee, she has led efforts to foster inclusivity and understanding among her peers, making a lasting impact on the school community. Her commitment to service shines through in her involvement in numerous outreach activities where she consistently demonstrates empathy and leadership. Bella has also earned the title of Visual Arts Sterling Scholar for Farmington High School, showcasing her commitment to honor her artistic skills. Bella's contributions to both the cultural and artistic landscapes of the school exemplify her well-rounded career and character and a dedication to making a difference in her school and community. Congratulations to Bella, and thank you to UCCU. UCCU, love where you bank. Welcome back to Farmington High School as we get ready for the start of the third quarter of the 6A state playoff game between the Farmington Phoenix and the American Fork Cavemen. Farmington the 5 seed, American Fork the 12 seed. Jeremiah Jensen, Stevenson, Sylvester with you. Sly, look, for the first time this year, I'm wearing a coat.
Yeah.
I'm soft.
Yeah. I messed up. I left the house. I was rushing. I got out of a meeting and I was rushing. I'm like, dang, I forgot my coat. So this is the type, I have gloves in the car, but I don't have a coat in the car. So I got to continue to wear a coat in the car. But it's getting chilly out here.
We knew eventually we'd have to put the coat on. Here we are. It's playoff time. That's okay. Right. It's November. It's time. It's go time. And this game, Sly, has been fun. 7-7 at the half. Not a lot of offense in the first half, but a very competitive ball game, which is why we're here. We expected it.
It's been very interesting this first half. It feels like they're filling each other out. You know, it's crazy. There hasn't been no haymakers thrown. It's all been, let me try this play here. But in playoff football, you're not going to have that all game. So it's going to say, who's going to throw the haymaker here in the second half? Nobody's challenged anybody deep yet. These playmakers have made plays. Hoops for Farmington is an absolute dynamic player. Wilkinson on the other side of the ball has not gotten going. So what is going to crack here in this second half is interesting. Farmington starts with the football. They absolutely dominated the clock in the first half, which is exactly what you want to do. But again, like we said, you get around that red zone, that end zone area, there's going to have to be some fireworks. It's going to see which defense can stand up here in the second half. It's 0-0 right now. You got 24 minutes of football to show out. Let's see what happens in the second half.
American Fork's only score of the first half came in a blocked field goal, returned 80 yards for a touchdown. Farmington scored on a Travis Hoops short run of 2 yards. That's where we're at right now. Defense has been the story. Both defenses have been terrific tonight. Of course, American Fork having that play by Gunnar Michaelis. Gunnar Michaelis was the return man on that touchdown for American Fork. Right place, right time. American Fork will kick off to start the second half. Farmington will receive. The winner of this game will advance to play Lehigh in the next round. The Pioneers are moving on to the quarterfinals. They're already in the win column tonight. They beat Layton 47-6, another Region 1 team. So the Lehigh Pioneers will host the winner of this game, whether it's Farmington or whether it's American Fork. We will find out in 24 minutes of gameplay. Here we go. No chance for a return there, so Farmington will start the second half at their own 20-yard line.
Farmington takes over first and 10.
Let's see what they do here. Besides running the football, they've done the short passing game. They pass the ball behind the line of scrimmage. They try to get upfield. They've gotten great yards with that. 4 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards. Those are quick change-ups to the traditional handoffs or the Wildcat set right there with Hoops. But they've done a great job with that. Let's see if they keep on that, or there's going to be one time where they fake that, almost like a pump and go, and one of these guys is going to take off down the field. Let's see if that's a change-up for Coach Coates.
You're throwing the flat here. Bubble screen to Love. Drew Love on the catch and run.
Well, that's on par. Same formula right there. Throw behind the line of scrimmage. Get 3 to 4 yards out of that on the first down right there. Make it a second down to 6. Very manageable. You can keep the playbook open here. You can still do another run. Get 2 yards, get 3 yards, whatever. Make it third and manageable. It's what you want to do. That's how they controlled the clock in the first half. So it's still on par with how Farmington has executed on the offensive side of the ball.
Little love for that student section here at Farmington. They are loud and proud tonight. Full stands here at this game. Hoops on the carry, tries to get to the outside, breaks one tackle, does not break the other. And he's taken down.
Picks up a yard, makes it third down and 5. This is still third and intermediate right here.
This
not
is
terrible.
Farmington's very comfortable with this.
Great pursuit by American Fork right there. Making him go horizontal, not allowing him to turn up. But that's exactly what Hoops wants to do. He's looking for that window, that opening. But that pursuit by the American Fork defense didn't allow him to do that. Kept him going side to side. And ran a lot, but he didn't pick up anything. So third down and 5 right here for American Fork.
Joshua Webb, the quarterback for Farmington. He's going to throw it. Now he's in trouble. He's going to get out of the pocket. Looking downfield, throws, catch is made, but he goes out of bounds.
First down. Yes.
Gavin Burton with the catch.
Yeah, where are they marking that? I think they gave it to him. He should have went out on the 30-yard line. Yep,
it should be a first down. It
should be a first down, yeah.
So Webb does just enough there, Sly, to keep the play alive, and he finds Burton for the sticks.
That's crazy. That's exactly what we were seeing from him in the first half. You got to commend him for doing that. If it's not there, he's pulling it down. He's extending the play, but he's making great decisions right there. Only giving his team the ball in great situations to turn up and make plays.
A run up the middle for about 4 yards.
Great play right there. Yeah, you got to commend Webb. He's making great decisions with the football.
Down at the the 34-yard line.
It's not there. Pull it down. Don't turn the ball over. This is going to be a tight football game all the way to the finish.
Yeah, we talked about it at the onset, the time of possession, the turnover battle. And so far, there hasn't been a turnover. And time of possession, Farmington is winning that.
Oh, yeah.
And if that stays the same way here.
They've ran 4 plays and 2 minutes have gone off the clock.
Webb, open over the middle. Catch is made. Pass midfield. Inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line.
Yes.
Fia.
Fia and hooks, man.
Fia.
He is dynamic, man. Look at this quick, shifty move. Great pass right here. That's just plays in the open field, keeping the clock rolling, moving downfield. Great job. They don't pass often, but when they do, that's offsides right there. Encroachment. Jumped into the neutral zone. Gotta watch the football.
Encroachment. Defense. Number 14. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
They'll take a free 5 yards.
That'll move Farmington to the 38-yard line of American Fork. Nice drive here to start the second half. Can they finish it? Man in motion, they're heavy left, and they go left with the run game, but American Fork is ready. Can't count out Hoops, though. Look at him driving.
I'm telling you, folks, the way his legs keep churning is absolutely amazing. I got to figure out what training he's done in off season to keep that mindset, because that's all he's doing, just keep churning his legs. He's not the biggest guy, but I'm telling you, when the pile's moving, and you can move the pile by moving your legs right there and going north and south, that is a great job right there by Hoops. He was dead to rights behind the line of scrimmage right there and ended up picking up at least a yard or 2 on that.
Hoops is 5'7", 150 pounds, and he's carrying guys that weigh over 200 pounds.
Look at that right there.
First down.
That's a tough run. That's a big boy run right there for 9 yards. Great job by Hoops. Look at this. Head down north and south. There's not much juke in here. One move upfield. Tough running right there. You got to love that. I definitely tell Coach Coates definitely once he gets him the football. I would say he's over 1,000 yards for the season.
He is definitely over 1,000 now. He's having a big game tonight.
Yes, he is.
Don't judge a book by its cover. He is he plays much bigger than 5'7", 150.
Great pursuit right there by American Fork.
Still, he pushes forward for about 4 yards. He's a plus runner every time he touches the ball. Now we got a flag.
Assisting the runner on the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
The last couple, I haven't seen that call in years. The last couple of years, I've seen it all the time. What, did he pick Hoops up and drag him, or like what? That's going to be hard to call lately. But he must have pulled Hoops. Yeah. You can't pull. You can push. You can't pull. So if the lineman is downfield and he's pulling the running back to him, which I've seen that happen too in that call.
Right.
So
that usually happens in a pile where it's tough to see.
Yeah, you're pulling and pushing. But if it's blatant, you can't do that.
Under 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Webb takes a snap. Play action. Throws it over the middle. Catch is made.
Oh, close to first down yardage, but he's about 2 yards shy. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 on this play. He had 2 levels open here, but again, Webb, great job. Don't go for the home run. Get to the guaranteed guy that's open. I love his decision-making in this football game. He's taking care of the football, taking the sure thing. They're draining the clock like crazy. They've had the ball almost half of this third quarter so far.
Austin Wilcox's first catch of the game. Now they're going to run it to try to get to the sticks. I think they're there.
Oh, they definitely got it.
Past the 20 down to the 19-yard line is Hoops. And Farmington is in the red zone. Already 5 minutes and 7 seconds on this drive to open the second half. We're approaching the halfway mark of the third quarter. They are chewing up clock. This has gone exactly how Farmington would like, outside of the blocked field goal that was returned for a touchdown. Farmington has dominated time of possession, total yards on offense. They've kept American Fork's offense off the field for the majority of this game.
I would say they possessed the ball for about 22 minutes. Oh, wow.
Big run inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Hoops again. That'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go talk to Coach Coates. I'm like, you changed your entire game plan. He was a more air raid attack type of guy.
Oh, yeah.
But this offense right now is you are run first. And they are happy to look at that run. That is decisive. That is violent. I love that. Great job by Hoops.
We've reached the 6-minute mark. American Fork wasn't fooled there. They're all over that one. That'll be a loss of about 2 yards. I mentioned the crowd. Big crowd here tonight. It's a little chilly, not what we're used to. We got spoiled this fall.
They're huddling together, man. That body heat, that human body heat, that's what you want.
Strength is in numbers.
A lot of hot breath.
Trying to get outside. They do not. American Fork with another great job there.
You got to see it. American Fork is barreling down on that running game right there. Look at this. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. They have taken 7 minutes off the clock this quarter right now. But American Fork is barreling down on the running game. Force this third down. It's 3rd down and goal from the 11. There's only one thing you can do, right? So you're going to have to kick that field goal, but how do you kick a field goal when you've had a blocked field goal thus far?
3rd down. Stop is made short of the 10. Hoops is down.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 4th and goal from the 10-yard line. They're going to send in the kick unit. They got a great field goal kicker. Bainen's been huge this year. He's kicked 50-yard field goals, but I have to say it, the last time he was out here, we know what happens, so we'll see. It's not going to be a long attempt. A 27-yard field goal for the lead in this 6A playoff game. Jackson Bainen.
Great kick.
It is up and good. Bainen with the 27-yard field goal, and the Phoenix take the lead on a drive that lasted 8 minutes.
Well, how this game has gone, I'll take 8 minutes and 3 points.
Absolutely.
Right, 8 minutes off of the clock. Insane, complete control, never felt rushed. Just doing exactly what you want with the football. Just how they drew it up, I guess.
So American Fork's offense will finally get the ball back. Which quarterback will we see? We don't know. We've seen both Gaisford and Manuela tonight. The American Fork offense has not scored tonight, but they haven't had many chances.
No, they haven't. They've been denied the football. And that can't be. How do you counteract that? do I have to play Farmington's game and try to keep away from them, which isn't my offense? Like, or do you just go on the attack and have your defense go out there that much faster? That is difficult.
Here comes a return. They fake the reverse. He's got a lane to the 40, cuts it back inside. He's still loose. Wilkinson down inside the 40, down to the 35-yard line.
It's going to come back. There was holding. There's 4 flags down here.
All that excitement in my voice, forget about it.
But Cade Wilkinson, dynamic with the fake reverse, getting around that edge. Guys did an amazing job of getting to the front side of those blocks, allowing Wilkinson to get along the edge. Unfortunate for the holding right there, but great job by Wilkinson to set up those blocks and making that happen. This ball will come back, though. Very unfortunate. It's a dynamic play that happened.
For a moment there, I was going to start praising the American Fork special teams.
Yeah, block field goal.
They have not had anything on offense, but their special teams have been special. But that play might erase what we just saw.
Holding on the return team, personal foul, face mask on the kicking team. Those penalties will offset.
Re-kick.
Replay it.
Yep. Well, redo. Okay.
Re-kick it.
Well, that was the most drama we've had tonight outside of that block kick. So let's buckle up again.
Yeah, look at this fake reverse here. Great job. You have to stay honest with it. In fact, our camera's out.
Yep. Good thing our camera guy's not playing special teams tonight. He didn't stay in his lane. All right. Take 2. Here we go. Wonder if American Fork runs the reverse again, but this time they do the handoff. We'll see. I like that reverse on the kickoff.
Yeah, they won't do that again.
All right, from the 40, Bain will send this one into the air. And this one will be returned again. This time straight up. And he can't break it, but he does get out to the 30. Nice return.
Great return. Yeah, from the way he had to catch that, great return.
So the Cavemen will start this drive from their own 30-yard line.
Again, I mean, if you go to the stat sheets, you know they get the ball to Wilkinson. They haven't been able to in this game, so they need to take advantage of that right now and get Wilkinson the ball somehow. Force feed him, do whatever you can, but you have to get Wilkinson the football.
3:38 left in the third quarter. 10-7, Farmington leads American Fork. 1st and 10 from their own 30. They're going to run it with Manuel at the quarterback position. He's close to the sticks, a couple yards short maybe. So Gaisford's the big, strong quarterback with the big arm. He's got 20 pounds on Manuela, but Manuela is showing
elite speed.
A lot of speed.
Elite speed right there. That guy gets to the edge with ease. There's a lot of things you can do from the QB position.
Wilkinson in the flat. Fighting for the sticks, he gets there. So on 2nd and 5, Cade Wilkinson has a first down. And Sly, you mentioned his name. He's their playmaker. He's the best player on offense, and they finally start getting in the ball here.
That's what you need to do. On that throw right there from Manuela, it looked like it was a struggle to get to him. It got to him, but it wasn't as easy as traditionally you see those thrown routes right there. He kind of had to push it, which makes me worried to think he can't really push the ball down the field, which is going to be something that they're going to need here. Cornerback blitz.
Hand off up the middle. Breaking tackles. He's on the outside. to the 20, cuts it back inside, fights to another tackle, into the end zone for the touchdown, 59 yards.
Prince Afu.
Prince Afu, 59 yards for the touchdown.
I mean, it was blocked up well, but that run was absolutely incredible. We haven't seen them on offense.
Yeah.
They've had limited offensive possessions. So there hasn't been much to go off of right there. But Prince Afu, great job right there, running up the middle, hard-nosed running, breaking tackles, and then the blocking downfield. Finish it off. Great job by the American Fork Cavemen in getting into the end zone. Look at
this.
Here's
another look. Just right up the middle, Sly.
Break those initial tackles.
1, 2.
That's 5 right there. There's a couple back by the line of scrimmage.
6.
Yeah. There it goes.
What a run.
Great run right there. Great speed in the open field. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 tackles.
Afu's a 5'11", 210-pound junior. Sorry, 190. I gave him 20 pounds he didn't deserve, but he's a big, strong,
I mean, I don't think he's
runner.
hating. He'll take it. I move this fast at 210. I'll take it.
That is Prince Afu's first touchdown.
Wow.
So congratulations. And what better time to have your first touchdown?
Show up.
Than in the state playoffs.
Great job.
What a stage. How does Farmington respond? It's the first time all night they've trailed. Sorry, that's not true. They were down 7-0.
Right.
On the blocked field goal. Return for a touchdown. So strike that. 2:44 left, third quarter. Farmington will take over, or will start this drive on their own 20-yard line. Had a great drive, an 8-minute drive to open the second half here. Did everything but get in the end zone. See if they can finish this one. And take back the lead all the way up to the 30-yard line. A nice run on first down for Travis Hoops.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. They were on an 8-minute drive before. Their offense scores really quickly, and you're back out there. So are you tired? Do you get a newfound energy since your team scored? What's going to happen here? But great job by American Fork right here. You got to get back out there. You got to pick it up. Let's see if they can shut out this drive. Each team is going to have one possession. No, Farmington's second possession of this third quarter.
Couple of yards on that carry for Hoops. Farmington taking their time.
Exchanging personnel, still eating up clock.
Clock is running. Both teams have to wonder how many more possessions will they have. And that could factor into their decision making. Run up the middle, past the 40, first down. Hoops is trying to carry this team into the next round, into the quarterfinals.
He's literally carrying this team.
Literally doing it.
Oh my gosh. He is a workhorse. You give him the ball 30 times a game if you have to. You can see why. He is, even when he's stuffed in the backfield, he ends up getting positive yards because of the way he moves his feet. As you say, he plays a lot bigger than he is.
He gets a breather. They're going to pass. Short pass is made, complete. Pass midfield.
Hey,
it's caught by number 18, Kava Fiafia, second catch of the game.
Webb is doing a terrific job. Look at this, escaping all of that. Might have been a little holding there, but escaping all of that, dumping it off, high percentage throw, just playmaking. Taking care of the football, playmaking, that's all a coach would ever want from your quarterback.
The term game manager, for some reason, Sly, has a negative connotation,
I don't know
why. Because right now, this young man is game managing for Farmington right now, and he's doing an outstanding job.
Oh, yeah.
Drew Love on the run, past the 40. And by managing a game, he's not making any big mistakes. He's not turning the ball over. He's making the right reads. He's taking what the defense gives them. And he's got this team going toe-to-toe with American Fork here in a playoff game. That's the quarter.
I don't get the negative narrative with being a game manager either. One, a game manager, you have your team's respect. You have the confidence of your team. And you get in tough situations, you're going to make the right decision, which is all you need. So, I like it. Webb is doing a terrific job.
Farmington is driving. It'll be 2nd and 2 from the American Fork 39-yard line when we return for the fourth quarter. 12 minutes left of this 6A playoff battle between Farmington and Cavemen. American Fork leads 14-10.
We'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home.
So you can finally finish your basement and raise the value of your home.
Or pay off your credit cards and get out of debt faster.
Nice. Or simply enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit ready for a rainy day.
To learn more, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Here comes the final 12 minutes of this 6A playoff game. Farmington from the American Fork 39-yard line, fighting forward to the 36. That is good enough for a first down. So 1st and 10 from the 36. Up the middle. Nobody's going to get him. Touchdown Farmington. Drew Love. And the fans here in Farmington High School love that play. A 36-yard touchdown run.
You gotta love it. See, my dad jokes are coming in.
Giving Drew some love. You gotta love this game.
Gotta love it.
We're having a good time tonight. Hope all of you watching are as well. The extra point is good. And just like that, how about a response from Farmington?
But that's what you want. They wanted to score quick here in the fourth quarter, right? You give American Fork the ball. Whatever American Fork ends up doing with that, hopefully they take a couple minutes out of the call, punt the ball. You get it back. You've already proven you can do an 8-minute drive, no issue.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that field goal they had on the drive that they had in the third quarter was very important. Now they're up here. If they can get American Fork to punt the ball here, get rid of the ball quickly, you can dominate the rest of this football game and leave no doubt. That wasn't even hooks.
Wow, that offensive line.
Right?
Yeah.
Great blocking. Great execution right there. Just how they practice it. I don't know how they practice it, but I assume they practiced it like that.
They've definitely practiced because that was executed as well as you can in a moment where they had to have it. I mentioned the time of possession. We don't know how many opportunities these offenses are going to have for the remainder of this game, right?
Right.
That was a huge possession for Farmington.
That would be my mentality if I was Coach Coates. I would be like, look, let's score right here. You know, we took 30 seconds off the clock right here. American Fork will get the ball back. They'll take 2 minutes off the clock, and we literally dominate the rest of the football game and leave them no time to come back.
Short kick. They bring it out past the 25-yard line, but not much further than that. Wilkinson is taken down around the 27. So that's where American Fork will start this drive. Their lead was brief. They'll try to take it back with 11:25 to play.
That Gaisford, is that coming out now?
Are they switching quarterback again?
Yeah, that's
looks like they are. Feels like a first quarter, fourth quarter thing. I don't know, but Gaisford's back out there for the fourth quarter.
That's that QB rotation thing I don't love.
Handoff. Prince Afu. Didn't get as much on this run. It'll be second down.
Clock continues to roll. The defense should be fresh.
Both teams should be fresh. Now, this American Fork offense hasn't had a chance to burn a lot of calories tonight. They finally break through the first offensive touchdown for them in the game on the last possession. Let's see what they can do here with the game on the line. 2nd and 7. Another handoff. Afu fights his way up.
First down.
And he's got a first down.
Nice job.
Now, American Fork, do they give Farmington a little bit of their own medicine here? And I'm sure they have the confidence that they've got the big bodies up front to do it. And Afu is hot right now.
Here, do you want to do that? Are you going to play Farmington's game? For me, that's playing right into what Farmington wants to do. You go slow and controlled. That's not what you do. This is what we do, as Farmington would say. Farmington coming with the blitz on here. Coming right off the right side, or did they just change it? They just changed their play.
Gaisford takes a snap. He's going to throw. Takes a deep shot.
Wow.
Catch out of bounds. Could not get his feet in bounds. The referee says incomplete. Spencer Shipley. Sorry. Boston Gallagher. No, Caden Fairbanks, sorry. Caden Fairbanks, the intended receiver. Could not get his feet in. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 from the 37. Gaisford's going to throw it. Over the middle.
Oh, great defense.
Almost had that. Could not hold on.
Oh, what's the flag?
He went back to Caden Fairbanks, but there is a flag.
Ineligible man downfield again. I just don't understand. This is clear passing downs. How are guys going downfield? It's not even faking in the backfield.
Yeah, that's curious.
But do you charge 3rd down and 10, or do you move them back 5 yards? What do you do, Coach?
That's what he just decided. Let's see what he decided.
Ineligible receiver downfield on American Fork. That penalty's declined. 3rd down.
I like that. I would have declined it as well. 3rd down. You know, it's a 3-point lead. Sorry, 3-point lead right here. Yeah, 3-point lead right here. Make them punt, because it's not out of reach. The good decision would be make them punt right here. Give you the ball back. You run your 8-minute offense in the football game.
9:53 to play.
One-on-one on the outside.
Over the middle again. Fairbanks has it this time past midfield. Taken down at the 47-yard line. So 3rd time is the charm. Caden Fairbanks with the catch. The Cavemen move the chains, and they are in Farmington territory.
I don't understand that by Farmington. They went 3 straight plays to the same guy on the same side of the field. They did 2 different routes. How do you not sneak somebody else over there? As a post safety, why are you not looking at that? Yeah, that's confusing.
1st and 10 from the 47. Gaisford hands it off. Afu trying to get to the outside. Down inside the 40. Good 1st down run. Down to the 38-yard line. And that clock is running. Coming up on 9 minutes to play in the game. Second down and a yard to go. Gaisford hands it off. Up the middle. He's got enough. That'll move the chains. And the clock will continue to run.
Matthew Jensen, the ball carrier, takes it down to the 35-yard line. First down, American Fork.
First and 10 from the 35. Coming up on 8 minutes left to play. The clock is melting. Reverse. He's going to throw it. Wide open.
Oh, great defense.
Great recovery by Farmington. He was wide open. Fia got back there.
That is teach tape right there. You put your hand in the bread basket. If you're beat, don't look back for the football right here. Great play call right around the 40-yard lines where you want to do this play. But great job. Put the hand in the bread basket right there and knock that out. Fia making another play for this Farmington football team.
He's been their top playmaker outside of hoops all season long, both offense and defense. And he comes up with a huge one there, saving a touchdown. Fairbanks was wide open for a moment. He was able to close that door quick. Second and 10 from the 35. Gaisford over the middle. Catch is made. No, it's dropped.
Is that Wilkinson?
That was Wilkinson that dropped it.
He
made the catch of the year this year.
Yeah.
In fact, he's got two that were just incredible. Couldn't hold on to that one. One of the best receivers in the state. A rare miss for him. 8:06 left here in the game. Third down and 10 from the 35. A huge play.
Again, what are you going to get here? You got the true freshman up top. You know, he was doing good on that very first drive, but haven't heard from him since. But for me, I'm American Fork. I'm going straight for Wilkinson right here. Let's see.
Gaisford to the outside open. Catch is made. Toes are in. Move the chains.
Okay, as a defensive adjustment, they like to go to the single receiver side. Tighten up over there. That's an adjustment. If you're on the single receiver side, expect the ball to go to you. That's my adjustment to this defense. And the post safety, help out the single receiver side. Shade that way. Or throw somebody over into the flats. They are making that way too easy on the stop routes, in routes, and fade routes right there on the single receiver side.
Cash Taisi with that catch. Going back to him again on the outside. Can't make the catch. And there's a flag. He was interfered with,
that was,
according to the officials.
A really great throw over the shoulder on the outside. He must have had a hand in there holding the inside arm. But that was an amazing throw. Great job by Gaisford. I love the touch on that football. If his inside arm wasn't being held, he might have been able to come away with that. But that was put perfectly in the pocket, front left shirt pocket.
Interference, defense, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Again, they're going to the single receiver side. It's simple as it gets right there with that. They like the one-on-one matchups. They feel like Kirkland, Cash Taisi, Wilkinson can win all one-on-one matchups. If you were Farmington, check that out. Understand that. Roll your defense to the single receiver side. Here you got 2x2. Alert the motion and watch them go right back to the single receiver side. Here comes the motion. Single receiver side up top.
Cavemen in the red zone. First and 10 from the 12. Gaisford going for the end zone. Over the top. Can't make the catch. Taisi was the intended receiver.
I won't, coach, I promise.
And there's a flag down on that play.
Pass interference, defense, number 8. Half the distance to the goal, remains first down.
I'm telling you.
Just slide that offer to be an offensive coordinator's coming soon. Be careful.
That was my defensive adjustment. I was just seeing what American Fork was doing. Defense, roll your safety over there.
Look how many offensive players make great defensive coordinators and vice versa.
That's true.
Manuela now in at quarterback. They're going to go with him on the quarterback run on the outside.
Great run.
Tries to get in there, but he's out bounds on the sideline. And we got a flag on that side of the field. Boy, the flags.
That's got to be holding.
This will be 3 straight plays.
Yeah. Well, so that's what I would do. I would press this receiver on the single receiver side. Press, make my corner, press the receiver, make sure it's not easy, and then roll a safety
on the play
over the top of it.
He's second down.
They wave off the flag, so it'll be second down and goal from the 6-yard line.
Oh, geez, there's been 4 flags waved off in this game. That's crazy.
Great job by the Farmington defense. They cut that off quick. See Manuela's speed. They go back to it.
Touchdown.
He's there at the pylon. Did he get in?
That was a touchdown. Oh, no,
short. They mark him short. So a half-yard short.
Yeah, but was that a first down pickup right there? I know our TV says goal, but
it is a first down. Sorry,
yeah,
there was the potential for a first down, and they got it.
Yeah, there were sticks out there. He only had a half yard to go. He picked that up right there. Great job by Manuela. Patience behind the blocks right there. Saved the touchdown, but it's at the 1-yard line. Let's see what they do. Pro formation here.
Gonna go heavy. The give to number 20 into the end zone for the touchdown.
Oh, that's a flag.
Luke Broadbent got into the end zone. Let's see what the calls are. As of right now, the Cavemen have taken the lead, 20-17.
Yeah, that's after the play, so the touchdown counts.
Touchdown. After the play, personal foul, number 61. That'll be assessed on the kickoff.
That is something to watch on the kickoff, but for now,
that's big.
It is. That is big.
That is big because you're giving Farmington the ball back. You got a 3-point lead right now. You got to make this extra point field goal. But if they can get a short field on that, score and touchdown, they're not going to leave you much time to get downfield.
Lewis Connect is the kicker. This for a 4-point lead with 7:32 to play. The kick is up, and it is good. The Cavemen lead 21-17 with 7:32 to play. Here's another look at the score.
What'd you say?
Little extra there, and then you see the one that hits punches last always gets caught, Sly.
I always snuck mine in like the Tyson.
Keep a tight hook.
My little uppercut. I like bumped chest with him and stuck a little uppercut in there so nobody saw. Make sure the offensive guy's back is to the referee. They didn't see him. A little quick punch. I'm not teaching anybody what to do or anything, but you know.
You're not condoning that type of behavior.
That's just how it was back then. But yeah, this is a huge penalty. It's a 15-yard penalty off the kickoff. Their kickoff from the 25-yard line. That means that Farmington will be able to potentially return this ball all the way back to their 35, 40-yard line for a normal return, let alone a good return here.
There's going to be a return. I know we're in the mountain air, but I don't think you can kick it through the end zone. So Farmington with a huge opportunity here.
This would be great if he can catch this on the run.
Let's see how much of an impact this penalty has.
On the run, go.
It's taken from the 10. Already to the 30, up through a lane. Cuts the outside, past the 40, down to the 45-yard line. Nice tackle by number 21, Andrew Aaron, to prevent any further yardage, but that's a great start for Farmington. Great field position on this drive that could decide this game.
Yeah, that was a huge penalty, as we said. Fia caught it on the run. Great job of setting up his blockers. Look at the initial catch right here. He goes straight and then bends in, allows his blockers to get set up. It comes out. Great job right there. You only have a 65-yard field. You can take up a lot of time on the clock right here. Run your offense. Don't feel rushed. Take advantage of this game right here.
Webb takes the snap, hands it off, hooks, cuts it inside down to the 49-yard line.
Here's the thing. You're at the 50 right now. I would take a shot right here. Right? Look at American Fork. They are barreling down here on a downhill run. You can dominate them in the run here. You run play action fake to the right side, sneak somebody out to the left side right here. They're going to come wide open. Play action, flea flicker, whatever you want to do right here.
Empty backfield. Gonna take the shot like you called for. He's open.
Oh.
Just missed him.
Oh, come on.
Fia was there. He was open. Just a little bit too much on the pass by Webb.
Needed a little more air.
Sly, you called it. That's exactly what they did here. They took a shot.
Yeah, Coach is an NFL guy. I think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He sees it as well. They are barreling down on the run. That was a great job, great fake in the flat right there to Hoops. He's your top player. He's got all eyes on him. Fia has dynamic speed, was able to sneak out there, just put some air under that baby and have him run under it.
6:43 left, 3rd down and 6 from the 49. Webb pulls it. Catch is made.
Nice.
First down.
Great RPO.
They didn't get the home run shot, but they got that to move the chains.
Who'd they get it to, though?
Hoops.
He is your guy right here. RPO game worked perfect right there. Now, this is where you normally take a shot. Your opponent's 45, 40. We talked about this many times. But for me, I like them running the ball right here. Keep executing on the clock. Waste this clock down. Give American Fork no potential to run this back.
Trying to get to the outside. American Fork stretches it out. Can they finish it? They do.
Get upfield. He stayed in bounds. So that's what you want to do, but he's got to get upfield sooner right there. He probably could have picked up 2 more yards. He kept stretching it out to the boundary. That's not a bad pickup. It's about 2.5, 3 yards right there.
The winner of this game gets Lehigh in the quarterfinals on Friday.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to go against Ed Larson down there, but it's a heck of a prize, right?
I think both of these teams are fighting like crazy for the chance. 21-17, American Fork leads. Farmington driving. 2nd and 8 from the American Fork 41. Webb
take care of the football.
Gets out of the pocket. Doesn't get much there, though.
Does the clock keep going? Did he get out of bounds?
It keeps going. Yeah, he did. He stayed in.
All right.
He's a little shaken up.
I kind of like that. That's good. Keep the clock moving. This is 2-down territory. This is 2-down territory. So I would game plan this play for 2-down territory. Don't feel like you have to pick up the first down on this play. Get as many yards as you can. Make it 4th and manageable. Right here, quarterback bootleg would work for me. I would bootleg out to the front, to the open side of the field, and have an over route option.
3rd and 7. Webb throwing over the top into double coverage. Bounces in the air, incomplete. It comes down to the turf. It was a jump ball, and no one got it.
I like the play call. They needed another route under here. They ran this deep route right here. They needed another route right here to pull this guy down. I like the play call. That was good aggressiveness, but I would have booted out right there, and if the guy wasn't open, the quarterback keeps it. The quarterback keeps it, and he picks up as many yards. As I said, this was 2-down territory. You're going to have to call timeout here. Yeah, I would have had the quarterback keep it on the bootleg if the guy wasn't open. Pick up 3 to 4 yards, make it 4th and manageable right here. Well, good aggressive play call right there by Coach Coates.
Well, here we go. They called timeout. They're going to discuss this because this is the play of their season. It's 4th and 7 from the American Fork 40. 4:38 left to play. As we talked about earlier, Possessions few and far between in this game. If they don't get it here, they may not get the ball back. This may be their only chance to stay alive. Let's see what they go with here. As we know, I would say this team's vertically challenged, right? So that's not really their game, but they're kind of in a position here where they've got to be. They got to get this to the stick somehow. Let's see what they go with.
I like combination routes right here. They're in a truck formation here on the trip side of the field. I'd run those two outside receivers, the point receiver and the outside receiver, on a vertical and then a post route. And then I'd bring that third inside receiver, have him go on a slight in route to a deep out route right there. You're drawing everybody to deep and in the middle of the field and have that outright come wide open on the left side of the field here.
Here we go. The Cavemen showing blitz. They bring the heat.
There it
Webb is in trouble. Now he's going to go right and he's going to go down.
Ball's out. Sack.
It's a sack. And a turnover on downs. The Cavemen will take over.
Big play. Big play right there. Great pursuit by American Fork. Look at this.
Who got home? Who was it? Number 20.
Broadbent.
Luke Broadbent, who scored the touchdown, now makes a sack on 4th and 7 that gives their offense the ball and a chance to win this playoff game on the road. 4:29 left. They'll take over in Farmington territory after the sack at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10. American Fork with a 21-17 lead. A couple first downs should do it. Handoff. Prince Afu. It's about 7 or 8 on the first carry. Past the 40-yard line. Actually, they went to number 28 on that carry. Afu had to come out of the game, so Madden Jensen got the carry. Afu didn't get to the sticks, but the clock runs.
Call timeout. I called timeout.
When does Farmington start calling their timeouts? They have 2 remaining.
It's not 3rd down yet, so you gotta save it for that 3rd down. As soon as they get 3rd down, you do it. Hopefully they don't pick this up, is what Coach is hoping.
They're going to run.
Oh, missed
breaks
tackle.
the tackle and has the first down.
Oh, missed tackles on the touchdown for American Fork. Missed tackles on that. They had him behind the line of scrimmage. Missed tackle right here. Oh, wrap up. You had him. He didn't even know where he was at for the second. But you can't miss. You shoot your gun like this, you can't miss. And we missed right there.
Clock will run.
Yes.
One more first down should clinch it. And they might have already have it.
Yeah, they might have it.
It's close.
That was a huge first down.
Manuela's going to carry here. They stop him there.
They just tackle him inbounds.
They do have the timeout, so American Fork will need to get one more first down. That is their second timeout of the half. They'll have 1 remaining with 2:19 left to play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 after the timeout. We were right. We didn't think there was going to be a lot of possessions here in the second half, and it turned out to be that way.
Right.
The opportunities were few and far between for both teams to score.
Oh, for sure. This fourth quarter has been the most back and forth we've seen the entire game. American Fork, though, they made the play. We said it. Who's going to make the plays? 7-7 at halftime. Who's going to make the plays at the end? It turned out that American Fork's defense has missed huge tackles, game-saving tackles in this game that it allowed American Fork. They played great. Their defense played great. Their offense played great. But they missed tackles in here that made the difference in this football game is what stood out to me from this. Let Prince Afu break through 6 tackles on one run to take that lead in that third quarter. And then here in the fourth quarter, American Fork just dominated here when they got the football. Spreading the ball out to the senior receiver side, gotten some penalties, got them down the field, punched it in the end zone.
Second down and 10 from the 37. They're going to go to Afu. And Farmington gets the stop. He doesn't get anything there. So they're going to call another timeout and stop the clock with 2:13.
This is when the acting comes out. Somebody touched me. Ah! Bring the gurney. Look at the cartoons.
Anything to try to get a call here. Anything.
I know I would. I'd be playing that game.
Injury timeout.
So we got an injury timeout on top of a regular timeout. Let's take a break real quick. We'll be right back with the end of this game after this.
Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home. Just complete an application on your phone or computer or stop by any branch.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there. They're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
All right, we're back. 3rd and 9 from the 36 for American Fork. 2:13 left to play. A first down basically ends it. A stop here for Farmington, and they will get the ball back in some way, shape, or form. Let's see how this plays out.
Eagle flip, dog. I said the blitz right to the weak side B gap. That'd be my game plan.
Quarterback run. Manuela stopped just past the 35 down to the 33. It'll be 4th down. The clock will run. Farmington cannot stop it.
Great tackle. This is So American Fork's going to use all the 40 seconds on the play clock right here. I don't think this is field goal territory right here. This is also, I wouldn't go for it here. I'd try to pooch kick it. I wouldn't even took it a timeout. I would have took a delay game, moved it back 5 yards, tried to pooch kick it, landed down inside the 10. Tight football game, minute 26 seconds. I've seen worse things. I've seen scarier things here, so the game is not over by far. But got to see what you got to do. You know, this is not normal Farmington football where you throw the ball downfield.
1:26 left on the clock when we come back.
And I understand in this situation, the top receiver on this football team is Travis Hoops. He's also your top running back at 352 yards receiving. Fia with 310. They do not throw the ball that often. The longest play from scrimmage has been 57 yards in the throw game here. If you're at Farmington, but you still got to get the ball back here. So again, they're going to push punt it right here.
Jet Prestwich will punt. Nobody back. Not a deep kick, but it's going to pin.
Decent. It's decent. It's at the 14-yard line.
It gets the job done.
Yeah,
Farmington's going to have to go 87 yards for the win here with 1:18 left.
Yeah, these punters must never play kindergarten football where you try to place the punt wherever. Just a nice little Happy Gilmore, just tap it in. Just tap it. That's all you got to do. Get a little tap, tap, tap-a-roo. You just tap the ball right in the middle of the field and make it go down. But, you know, taking it at the 13, 14-yard line is still very, very good. It's what you want to do. Not a huge punt, but it does the job. Empty formation here for Farmington.
21-17, they trail. 1:17 to go. Over the middle, catch is made. Fumble. Ball's loose.
American Fork has it.
AF has it.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Jacob Owens has the ball. American Fork has possession, and they have a chance to win this game.
Yeah.
They knew it.
Yeah, Hoops lost the ball on that. He's in the slot. Does a great job of fitting it in there. One more knee, and that's the game.
This was a great game, Sly.
Good fight, good night. That's good football. That's good football.
Both teams gave it everything they got.
Oh, yes.
We got a heck of a ball game here in the playoffs. Farmington was a great story this year after the 1-5 start, a long losing streak. Coach Coates and this group kind of reinvented themselves mid-season, turned things around, and here they were with a chance to advance the quarterfinals. They're going to come up just short. Instead, it's the American Fork Cavemen that come up north and steal one on the road. The 12 seed will move on to play a familiar foe. The Lehigh Pioneers will host the American Fork Cavemen next week for a chance to advance to Rice-Eccles Stadium for the semifinals. It is final, 21-17. The Cavemen
I'd like to congratulate
Didn't have a lot of offensive possessions, not a lot of time, but they made the most of their time. And Sly, I'll point back to a play early in the game. A blocked field goal, run back for a touchdown, 80 yards.
That's the difference.
Special teams. Other than that, I mean, it was such an even, well-played ball game.
Right.
While Farmington did dominate the time of possession, this was a back-and-forth battle. Always a one-possession game the entire way. Couldn't ask for much more in a high school football playoff game.
It was great.
Minus a dramatic ending by one of the teams.
That first half, it really felt like these guys were trying to fill each other out. You're going to see some haymakers thrown here in that second half. It was good football, man. As I said, Farmington was a few missed tackles away in this football game. That blocked field goal actually is going to come back to haunt them, or it did haunt them in this football game. But just the small things, but this was good football. I got to commend Farmington for the way they were able to turn their football season around from the way they started. This was an awesome football game into your season. Way to fight against a good American Fork team. As we said, this American Fork team is in that tough Region 3. And Farmington held their own this entire time and did a tremendous job of making this interesting. Had a chance at the end. The American Fork comes out with the playoff win.
Up and down season for the Cavemen. Like we said, they came in here 4-6. A team and a program that's used to winning a lot of games, but they showed the fight tonight to get it done on the road. And you just look at their head coach Aaron Beam, who's won so many games and has been doing this now for quite a long time. Some programs just know how to win, especially big games like this, and the Cavemen are used to getting to Rice-Eccles Stadium. There's players on this team that have been there for semifinal games, so they're no stranger to playoff success.
Not at all. It feels like those Region 3 schools, Region 3 teams have at least three teams in the semifinals every year, it feels like.
Yep.
But that's good football that comes out of that region right there. There's great football all across the state. You know, this region up here has been really tough. Really tough to say the least. They're doing amazing things. They got Davis up here. Fremont's up here. Farmington, as I said, the way they turned around their season was absolutely amazing. Gave this city of Farmington something to cheer about this year. I know they were excited about everything. Really, really awesome turnout. Great fan base, great school. But
that's the tough part right there.
Not everybody gets to make it to Rice-Eccles.
That's the tough part right there. This team has fought all year long. This Farmington program should be very proud of the way they turned their season around. Co-region championship. But for some kids, they're never going to get a chance to play this great game again, and you can feel that emotion. We've all been there. You can't play this game forever.
No.
They left it all out there tonight.
It's all you can do. Tremendous effort. That's why this game is so great. You know, there's so much energy, so much preparation from the off season to training camp to the enduring the season grind, the fanfare, trying to make things happen. It's a year grind to be good at football, and these guys have done that. They've done a tremendous job of fighting. It sucks when it comes to the end, but you got to get your hats off to people that give effort like this. There's no quit in this Farmington Falcons football team. Farmington Phoenix football team. It was good football we watched tonight, and happy they were able to turn the season around. That gives them momentum going into the next season of what they can do, what they should do. Having leaders like Travis Hoops on this team, making things happen and setting a standard before he leaves.
Yeah, they're going to miss Hoops. They're going to miss Fiafia. It's going to be tough to replace those guys in that leadership, but there's a lot of young guys on that team that'll be ready to step up next season.
Joshua Webb as well as a senior on this football team.
We will have a post-game interview here once Coach Beam's done talking to his boys. Aaron Beam has done such a tremendous job at American Fork. That's now 107 career wins in his 15th year at American Fork.
Wow. That's not bad.
Just 72 losses over that time.
That is not bad.
So I guess we can look ahead to that. The American Fork Lehigh game. We've talked about it. It feels like that top 4 in 6A, there's a gap after that. But American Fork's very familiar with those teams, and when you're playing a team a second time in 1 year, you never know.
Got an edge. Yeah.
In fact, we just saw Riverton, who was the 15 seed tonight, had a 17-14 late against Skyridge. The Falcons got a touchdown to win the game late, but who thought that Skyridge, the number 2 seed, and perhaps the team that could win this whole thing,
against Skyridge,
almost got beat by a number 15 seed in Riverton.
Yeah.
So anything could happen, and the American Fork Cavemen know Lehigh well. Lehigh is a team that's got a lot of Division I talent, something AF doesn't have currently. At least it's not like they had last year where they had multiple guys that were going to go on.
What were the rest of the scores from those other schools?
Yeah, let's get to the
tonight?
Scoreboard here real quick before we get to our post-game interview. I'll reset that for everyone. We'll see where we're at. So as I mentioned, Fremont defeats Syracuse 28-20. The Silver Wolves advance. Corner Canyon defeats Westlake 56-0. Davis over Mountain Ridge 28-10. Lehigh defeated Layton 47-6. Skyridge defeats Riverton 21-17. Lone Peak leads Harriman late 24-0. Bingham leads Weber 14-10 at the half, and that is your 6A scoreboard. So if Lone Peak holds on, they would take on Fremont in the quarterfinals. Davis will travel to Skyridge. So that's your 2-7 matchup.
That'd be interesting.
And Corner Canyon is the number 1 seed. They would await the Weber-Bingham winner, and that is too close to call at this point, obviously.
Said they're at halftime?
They are at halftime.
Yeah.
So some interesting matchups there. Fremont Lone Peak. That will be interesting if that score holds. So we can look forward to that next week. We have not selected a game of the week next. We're waiting until all the results are in. We will make that game announcement on KSL Sports Live Sunday night.
Yeah. This is one heck of a post-game speech here. I tell you that much.
Sure is. They got to give every coach, all 15 of them, a chance to talk to the team. Hey, these guys only get these opportunities so often.
Right.
And Sly, what you're seeing right now is the mentorship, the life lessons that are being taught.
Yes.
There's a lot that goes into this and a lot of hours. And teams don't get to celebrate like this often on a football field for a playoff game. And
no.
These young men are going to remember this for the rest of their life.
Oh, yeah, I felt that. I went to a couple youth football league games this year on Saturdays and saw how this development is. These post-game, these talks, these really help these kids understand what just happened and what needs to happen next. So these are very, very important conversations that they have with this football team. And if you want to have success, of course, it's all out there for you. Away game or not, you still got to play the game. As you say, you can win on the road. That's possible. So, these guys go on the road next week, make that happen. play a familiar foe that's right down the road. They've had some battles with Lehigh these last 2 years. That is absolutely awesome, man. So, excited to see what happens next week.
Yeah, some interesting matchups. Davis and Skyridge is interesting, Sly, because Skyridge is very talented, but they're not dynamic offensively this year. They're not putting up 40 points a game.
We saw that when they played Lone Peak
that
this
was
year.
just one of those. It was a black and blue game, right?
Right.
So what happens when Davis, with that high-flying offense, takes the field against that defense? That's going to be interesting. Can Skyridge play in a shootout with Davis, or can Skyridge control that game and make it a low-scoring game, kind of like what we saw tonight with what Farmington did to American Fork? That'll be interesting to see.
Stories yet to be written. So we'll definitely see how that plays out. You know, statistics and all that stuff can really be thrown out of the window. You can get a few tendencies, but it's very hard to do.
All right, we are ready in the end zone to talk to our player of the game, Prince Afu. Prince, welcome to the post-game show. First of all, congratulations on the win. That was quite a grinded-out game. They dominated time of possession, but you guys took advantage of the opportunities, including your big touchdown run.
Yeah. First and foremost, I just like to say all glory to God. You know, He gave me and my brothers an opportunity to come out here and just play some great football. You know.
You guys did play some great football. What was the key here? Well, you got all your teammates now. Hey, that's what it's all about, Prince.
Wait.
Those are all your brothers that helped you guys get it done tonight.
What was that?
I just said you're getting a lot of love from your brothers there. What does this moment mean to you guys?
What was that?
What does this moment mean to you guys? I can see the emotion out there right now.
This means everything. You know, 2 years ago, we had the opportunity to play Farmington, and we didn't follow through. This is just a get back for our brothers, our previous brothers. You know, this is just the AFC revenge tour.
Oh man, love it. Tell me about this season. You guys had an interesting year this year, 4-6. What led you to this point? Tell us about this football team and going forward into a familiar foe of Lehigh next week.
Hey, so yeah, you already know the story. 4-6. Nobody thought we could do it. You know, we're a young team. Not a lot of us have a lot of varsity experience. We just came out and played our best. We didn't just come out on Friday night, and it starts on practice. Starts Monday. You know, that's where it all begins.
Hey, Prince, you guys didn't have a lot of opportunities. They did a great job with time of possession, ball control. What was the key to the big plays you guys had tonight? Because if you didn't get those big plays, you guys probably aren't celebrating right now.
Key to the big plays, you know, hey, every time adversity struck, we just decided to focus on the next play. Our O-line, you know, they kept on their blocks. Our defense, they stayed consistent. Yeah, our brothers, we just came out and had some fun.
Hey, Coach Beam has been doing it a long time at American Fork. What is it about him? What confidence does that give you when you've got a coach that's won over 100 games in high school football?
Coach Beam is just a great coach. You know, he doesn't just care about winning football games. He cares about getting us through life, you know. Hey, it's an honor to play for Coach Beam.
Last one for you, Prince, before we go. Lehigh, you guys know them well. You've played them already this year. What do you guys have to do to get a W against them in their place?
Hey, we just gotta get back to work. Practice on Monday, and we're focused on the next game. We're gonna celebrate our win tonight, and then back to work tomorrow morning.
Back to work. That's the right attitude, Prince. Enjoy this win. Go celebrate with your teammates. Good luck against Lehigh next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Sly, that's a happy group. American Fork moves on. They got some fight in them. I give them a chance against Lehigh next week. They showed that fight tonight. It wasn't pretty. and they didn't get many opportunities. But what I like about American Fork, Sly, is when they got those opportunities, they made the big plays tonight.
Yeah, anytime. That's playoff football, right? It's your record is your record. Doesn't really matter. It's can you come in and play in the moment, in that day. And American Fork came to play today. Absolutely love their fight. I love the team camaraderie right there when they start talking nice about Coach. They're like, aw, aw. That's so funny. Classic brotherhood talk. They love each other right there, and that's what's going to get you through those hard moments. And I think they're going to be ready for Lehigh next week.
Can't wait for that. We can't wait to find out what our game of the week is next week. You'll find out on KSL Sports Live Sunday night at 10:45. For Stevenson Sylvester and our entire Game Night Live crew, so long from Farmington High School. We'll see you next week in the quarterfinals.